Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I obviously look quite interesting, and that is because I've just been filming for one of my other university modules, but this video is going to be explaining everything that I've done in my third year at university. First year has happened, second year has happened, third year, I think I've actually put some videos out on both of my YouTube channels, sort of showcasing some of the work that I've done, but I thought actually, you know what? Why don't I explain everything that I've done this year from what I can remember at the beginning of the year till now, like the end of the year. And obviously as this video goes up, I would hopefully have handed in all of my work already. This is just a summary video to just sort of, for me to just sort of know where I got up to in terms of my work. And this is sort of I'm 98% done, but I've got loads of changes to make, but this is where I'm at the moment sort of video. So, I'm not going to show too much in this video. I'm just going to sort of show little tiny bits and just sort of explain more of it. But once I've actually finished everything and everything's been handed in, then I will just make 5 separate videos on the 5 different modules that I have completed. So in this video, I'm just, like I say, going to just briefly talk about each of the 5 modules. I actually have a list of what the modules were. I obviously know what they are, but I'm going to grab it just in case. Okay, so this is literally the piece of paper that I've been working from for the last however many months now. I've literally written in the middle work, uni work and other stuff to do, and then all 5 of the modules surrounded by that. So I have 5 modules. I'm going to have them in front of me because I know what I'm doing and I know what I've basically finished, but I thought I would just do it in more detail. Okay, so module number 1 is obviously my dissertation. So there has been a bit of complication with dissertation, obviously because this whole coronavirus situation has happened, and actually with me just trying to find an idea for my dissertation. It was very, very difficult because I am the sort of person that I like to talk about and I like to sort of do as many things as I can at the same time. Sometimes it backfires, but sometimes I'm able to talk about a lot of things and actually do a lot of things at once. So initially for my dissertation, I wanted to create a video all about me and just talk about my life sort of growing up from when I was younger to as a teenager to before university and then actually at university. And the more research that I did, the less I wanted to stick with the idea. And then I thought, actually, you know what? I'm always on social media, so why don't I do a video all about social media? I had a few inspirations, I looked at a few different videos, and I thought, actually, this could be a good idea. It could be a simple idea and I don't necessarily need to film people. So I wouldn't necessarily need to do interviews. It would be maybe just a bit of voiceover. I wouldn't necessarily need to get consent forms or meet people. So most of it would just be text on the screen and it would be my voiceover primarily. And the only consent I would need is by using other people's voices for just little random bits here and there. So for my dissertation, it did take me a couple of weeks to actually work out what idea I wanted to do, because I was, like I said at the beginning, I wanted to do all about me and just my life growing up. And I thought, actually, I haven't really lived much of a life yet, and let me just stick to something that I know about. And from my research, social media was the one that I decided to go with. So currently I'm midway through my storyboarding. I don't actually draw, I can't physically draw. The storyboard is over there. I really am not going to show you just yet. Actually, you know what, I will. So my storyboarding so far is a bit like a work in progress. I've got a couple of pages completed and there are still a couple of pages that I need to do. But this was the idea that I had to sort of adapt to because of the situation. And we all sort of got an email from our dissertation lecturers, and actually all of the lecturers, basically saying, for those of you that are doing practical dissertation, if you've basically already started making your video, you just carry on where you left off. And if you haven't managed to film anything, or it's a bit tricky for you to film, then if you just sketch out a storyboard, you can then animate the storyboard. So I've literally been doing it like bit by bit. So as you can see, this is literally from like the title, introduction scenes, someone at a keyboard, and then I've gone on to the different types of social media. So there are certain positives and negatives of using social media. Sorry, my head is just like popping around the side. And then again, some more different types of social media. So like I said, at the moment, it's not very detailed and it's not very specific, but my overall video was just explaining what social media means to me, the different social media apps that I personally use myself, things like Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. I think Skype and WhatsApp were also included on there. But yeah, so my dissertation video is literally just a video about social media. That's one of my modules. My second module is actually a group module that's called Advanced Media Practice, and for that, at the beginning of the academic year, we sort of had to pick. Firstly, we had to sell ourselves as an individual, so we had to sort of stand up and explain who we were, why we would be a good team member, and obviously the people in our class already knew who we were, already knew what our skills and weaknesses were, but it was just a sort of a way to introduce ourselves to our lecturer, because our lecturer had never taught at our university before. I think it was his first academic year, and he now teaches me for 2.5 modules, one of which being the group one, and actually he's my dissertation tutor as well. So in terms of advanced media practice, like I said, we had to sell ourselves, we had to get into groups of either 5 or 6. My group ended up being a group of 6. It was me, Matt, Ella and Indy. So we had 3 Matts in our group. So then we called ourselves Matt Productions. And what we had to do is we were given about 6 or 7 briefs. So it told you what sort of video you had to create or what sort of social media content you had to create for the company. And in several weeks from that initial period, we had to present our ideas for the top 3. So the brief that we wanted the most, the brief that we wanted the second most, and the brief we wanted the third most, obviously putting as much effort into either of them because we could get any of the 3. And we ended up getting our second choice, which is always really, really good. And that was to create a video for the network, the Workhouse Network, which is a collation of 6 different sites around the UK, and there's one in Wales as well. And yeah, so we had to create a video promoting the network, so the benefits of joining the network, and then some shorter social media videos which would be shared on, say, their Instagram and their website and those sorts of things. So over the weeks, it was a matter of updating our group production log, so how we came up with our different ideas, things such as our actual team logo, our team image, our team morale, our group meetings over the various weeks. So what were we going to cover? What had we already previously completed individually over that last week? Any other team meetings that we had, team discussions, team sessions, any sort of feedback sessions. And by the end of it, we literally there was 3 main concepts. So like I said, it was the final video with a couple of social media clips. And then we also had to have the production log finished, which is our one, ended up being over 100 slides. And then an individual reflection/report, which is basically just our reflection on the whole module as a whole. So we had a variety of questions to answer. We had like an introduction, a summary, and then we had to just pick a few skills we'd talk about, whether that be confidence, punctuality, attendance, emotional intelligence, those sorts of things. And again, I've pretty much nearly finished the individual one. The log's finished, the video's been handed in, but in terms of obviously getting the content for the video, we had to go to the sites. So like I said, there were 6 sites. There were 4 groups who had a brief for the Workhouse Network. So there was 4 groups of mixed people going to the 6 different sites at all different times, and then we just all sort of shared the content, shared the voiceovers, shared the interviews, and we came with a final video. So I'm hoping to eventually share those on my YouTube channel at some point. I will make a video, like I said, of all of the work that I've done so far, and actually maybe all of the work I've done at university, but 3rd year probably the most important. The third module, so this is the 3rd module that actually the new lecturer Richard teaches me for. So like I said, he's my dissertation tutor for my social media video. He's my lecturer for advanced media practice, the group module, and also for advanced multimedia. So for advanced multimedia, we actually had a guy called Russ, but he now doesn't teach us. So it's a mix of Richard and our media technician who's called Laura. So those 2 have pretty much sort of taken over together. And for that module, it's just something as simple as deciding a creative type that you would like to identify as, whether that be a photographer, whether that be a videographer, whether that be a content creator, creating an online portfolio to showcase yourself with a homepage, an about page, examples of your work, a link to a blog, contact page, and those sorts of things. Along with that, again, another production log. It said maximum 20 slides. Mine's already over 70, so again, that's something that I have to just cut down in my own time. And then a 3,000 word reflection. So yeah, again, in terms of that, the website, I've basically finished. The production log, like I said, it's already over 70 slides. And the 3,000 word reflection, I'm waiting for my one-to-one, which would happen this time next week, which once this video goes out will have happened 4 weeks ago. And hopefully during that meeting, I will be able to speak with the person that I'm on a one-to-one with to sort of tell me what to add for that reflection. Module number 4 is called Alternative Media, and this is actually one taught by Sue. Again, I think she's taught at Nottingham Trent University before, but she's never taught my class, especially not me, before. And like I said, for that module, it's alternative media. So it's not just the normal filming a video, editing a video, done. It's create something weird, create something different, create something that's not necessarily normal, maybe film things in the wrong order, have videos filmed upside down, things that are blurry, things that are multiplied, like reflections, mirrored, those sorts of things. So for that module, again, it's another production log. It wasn't that we had to, but I thought it was a way to do extra research and for us to think more creatively. But I decided to actually go forth and create a short little video based on the theme of time, based on the theme of body. And I currently I haven't edited the space one yet, but I filmed the space one using this maker, as you can see. I've also got some stills. There are some images from this video shoot, but I literally filmed it all myself. So my time one was about running out of time. My body one was just 4 videos of me, which sort of just like flipped around, and then there's all different cutouts of different facial features. And then my space one is pretty much about mental health, or something to do with that there are people there to help you if you need help. And then I dressed up with like some scary makeup and sat in the corridor and filmed myself doing all some weird stuff. And I had a sign that just says help. So at the end of the video, I just hold up a sign that says help. And again, for that module, like I said, time, body, space, the final video, which is pretty much my body video, but I've actually got a lot of people to send me in 4 different videos. And basically what I mean for the 4 videos, so same background, and it's just 15 or 20 seconds long. I got people to just sort of stand in front of the same background and just look at the camera and then sometimes look away, maybe play with a prop, but with 4 different outfits. So I think I've had about 6 or 7 people got involved with that so far. I'm sure when this video goes out, I'll have had more than 5 or 6, but at this current moment, I had 5 or 6. And then again, for that module, another 1,500 or 3,000 word reflection, but again, I need to wait. And last but not least, module number 5 is media in the workplace, which was taught to me by Georgia. Again, Georgia taught me last year, and I got a 1st in her module last year, and I got a 1st in the first assignment of final year as well. So this is a module I can basically never fail, but fingers crossed I don't fail this one. And again, this module, I'm not actually so sure what the actual piece of work was called, but we had to sort of answer, I think it was another portfolio, we had to answer a variety of questions. So at the beginning of this year, we had last year we had a career portfolio, which was just us as a person looking at different types of jobs we'd go into and that sort of thing. At the beginning of this year, we had another portfolio which was looking at one particular job and all the different aspects about that job. So where would those jobs be available? What are the changes within that job? Why that career? Networking with other people that are already in that career as a professional profession. And then obviously this last one that haven't submitted yet, it's basically all about us again. So our skills, our experience, voluntary work that we've done, how we connect with people online, our LinkedIn profile, CV, all those sorts of things. And it's basically nothing new that we've not done before. It's just getting all that data from elsewhere and putting it all in the same place. So this one massive PowerPoint with all of the information that is all about us basically. And then at the end, it's sort of conclusions, reflections, recommendations. So what am I going to do from now? And yeah, for that module also, we had to create a portfolio. Again, similarly to the website module I did before, but for this one, it was more like a website that showcases you as an individual with all of your skills, all of your interests. So initially I just sort of said, right, well, I've already got a website. Surely I could just use that and then just make it slightly better, and all the requirements that are needed for it, I could just add on to that rather than create something new that I'm never going to use. And she said, yeah, that's fine. So obviously on my website, I've now got a few extra pages with like career preferences, a link to my CV, re-added my blog to my website. I initially had it as a separate site, but I've now put it back together. I've got like a references or a recommendations page on the website as well, and then obviously links to all sorts of social media networks. In summary, that is all of the work that I've been doing this year. So altogether, it sounds like a lot of work, and individually, it was still quite a lot of work. In terms of technical, it's been difficult trying to get everything done at the same time. But none of it is difficult. It's not difficult stuff. Some of it I have to think about, and some of it I have to sort of time manage myself wisely and effectively. But the majority of the work is simple enough to do. It's just there's a lot of it, and like I said, I just have to manage my time. Yeah, I thought I would just make a little short video. I mean, it's not exactly short, I've been filming for like nearly 20 minutes, but I thought I'd make a video to just sort of summarise what have I been doing so far, explain why I've got this look on my face, and just sort of go, well, I'm hopefully going to be creating some more YouTube content soon. I have so many things, so many ideas for content, whether it be podcast or whatever. It's just a matter of actually getting on with it now. But hopefully you guys and girls and people of the world haven't been too bored during your isolation times. Hopefully by this point isolation's finished, probably won't be, but that's why I am hopefully going to be creating some content. Don't know how often, but I will try and create some more content. But that is it for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to give you a little summary of what I've been doing so far, because I feel like I have explained it on my website, I have explained it on my Instagram, but I just needed a proper sit down video to just sort of explain, right, this is everything that I've done, and this is, like I said, everything that I've done. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Once all of my uni work has been finished, once all the logs are fully edited and that sort of thing, then I will do a video sort of showcasing all of the different work I've done, maybe in separate videos, maybe as a blog post. But for now, that is going to be it for this video, and I do hope you enjoyed it. If there's any questions you've got about any of the modules I've done, any questions relating to university, anything relating to Nottingham, isolation, or just anything, let me know and I will try to answer them in the comments, or may even make a video about it. But until the next video, thank you for watching. I will see you very, very soon, and goodbye.